Happy Saturday, everybody. It is August 28th, 2021. It's a rainy one out there, but that's all right. We're coming off an awesome week here at One SEO. Just had a great webinar with Google. By the way, speaking of the webinar, don't forget to sign up to get your free copy of it and your copy of the ebook that accompanies it. But without further ado, if you are looking for a new agency partner right now or looking to improve your digital marketing, you're going to want to watch this. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Before we get into it today, another great episode of Small Business Saturday. Big congratulations to our very own CJ Bachman. She is taking over as CEO here and allowing Lance Bachman, our founder and president, to step aside a little bit and focus more on the product development and sales side of things, which is where he wants to be right now. So we're looking forward to the growth. Congrats, CJ. And today, everybody, without further ado, I have a very special guest, Mr. Josh Jeva here. He's a part of our business development team. And we also have Casey Quinn. You know him.
What's up,
He's here
everybody?
all the time. Thank you, Casey. Big reason, Josh, we have you in today is obviously, people call in. They're going to talk to a few different people. It's going to be me, you, Lance, Jill, Bill, Paul. There's a lot of us here, right? But we have you here because people are looking for agencies right now, right? People are looking for different partners with digital marketing. But we want to tell them what they should be looking for specifically to know that their relationship is going to be successful. Because everybody can sell you a bag of goods, but if they can deliver on it, that's what really matters, right?
Yeah, well, we got three important things,
What are they?
Communication.
1,
Transparency.
2,
results.
3. That's
Period.
all that
Bang,
matters.
bang,
That's it.
bang.
That's all that
Bang, bang,
matters.
bang. Communication, transparency, and results. And, typically when people come to us, they're usually in a situation where, they don't own their website, they don't own their data, there's a lot of problems. So things are kind of muddled for us, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we got to go in there, we analyze it, we check it out, we learn more about their business, and we learn about their growth goals. Try to figure out what they're
That's
trying
the
to
keyword
accomplish.
right there. It's goals, right?
Yeah, the goals is most important because, when someone comes to us, we can't help you unless you know what you want to do.
Of course.
Right? So if you don't, you got to know how many leads you're looking to get to, how much more money you want to make. That's going to help us determine what kind of program we need to put together for you to help you be successful and hit those goals.
Yeah, every single client has their own program depending on what they're trying to do in their business.
Whether it's HVAC, e-commerce, whatever it is. So Casey, tell us about what we mean a little bit when we say communication.
So communication means from the first time that you walk through this door, throughout the entire relationship, there's always that open line of communication, meaning A, you're communicating with us about what you need as a business so that we can help align those goals, and B, communication from our end that this is what we think is best for you, and we need you to get on board with that. I mean, there's obviously times when what we want to do versus what the client wants to do is a little different, but having that conversation, having those open, honest communication lines is what's going to get us those results.
Yeah, that's very well put, Casey, because when people come to us, they're not digital marketing or SEO experts. That's what they're coming to us for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have to understand what it is that this is doing for them. That's a big part of where you come in explaining how these different parts work to help them drive their results.
Yep. I had one client reach out to me the other day, and his agency is only communicating with him through email. And we're not here to throw other agencies under the bus,
Definitely
right?
not, no.
So I won't mention them by name, but definitely do better.
Yeah.
When it comes to the communication lines, he's unhappy. That's why he's reaching out to us, because he's not getting what he needs from his current agency.
Yeah. So that's a great example, because you got to understand why we're doing the things we're doing, and it's got to be a conversation. It can't always be over an email or in text. There's something that you get from being face to face, even if it's over a Zoom, where you can actually see people and talk about what they're trying to achieve, and that conversation kind of takes you from one place to another.
And Bernie, just as a great example of communication for people that might not know everything that goes into digital marketing, they're not digital marketing experts. We have to set proper communication and expectations with them. Shout out to our clients, Rob's Automotive.
Rob's!
So my Jeep went down last week, as you know, and I was without my car for a couple of days, and I dropped it off at Rob's because they are by far the best.
Yep.
And they called me and they told me how much the repairs were going to be. And now any other auto shop is just going to say, yep, this is what you need, this is what it costs. Tell us when you can pay us, tell you can pick it up. And I got a full explanation as to why I needed the parts that I needed, because anywhere else I would have said, kick rocks, there's no way I'm paying that.
Yeah.
And they broke down every single component that was wrong and that they needed to replace, and why they needed to replace it, and why I needed to do it now.
Yep.
And they made it make perfect sense to me. And so obviously I ponied up the cash, and now my Jeep's running better than ever before.
You just did the whole communication, transparency, results.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of transparency, that's what it is. I mean, explain to people why you're doing what you're doing, and letting them see, so they know and they can see the results of what's going on with like not just your car, for instance, but like even somebody that's flipping HVAC units or somebody that's like if it's digital marketing.
Like I don't know what they're talking about. They need to replace in my house.
Exactly.
Like yeah, you could be selling me something that I never needed.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're gonna walk me through it.
Yeah.
Gets me there.
The day somebody comes in and explains and tells me that they need a better trust flow and like whatever ratio is the day I'm going to be like, I don't know anymore about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's my job.
It's just, because it's not their job to understand. It's their job to know I need more leads. How can I get more leads? And just let me sell them. Right. So then when we talk about transparency, we have a special tool here.
It's one of my favorite things to pitch. I
Is,
love talking to clients about Lion Logic.
Yeah.
Lion Logic,
so
baby.
good. It is such a beautiful platform.
Here we go. All right.
Good.
So when you jump in again, Lion Logic, as we do most Small Business Saturdays because we're doing case studies, but you can see here when you jump in, how many leads did I get? What was the cost per lead? So number one right up there, speaking of transparency, how many leads cost per lead? High level, right?
It's the most important stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of, you can see everything at a high level there with like the leads and what they cost, but then when you want to get more granular, okay, what do my calls look like? Okay, cool. I can see my average call duration here, how many were answered, total calls I got in, where did they come from, how many are first callers, how many are new callers. You can even jump down here into like the call recordings. So you can just listen to people.
Yeah, you can read the transcripts.
You can read the it's just like complete transparency. So you'll know if like the leads are good or bad, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then
very simple.
For everybody else out there, when you want to get into the analytics, the specifics, dude, we'll show you exactly paid search, what campaign, organic, what landing page, what assisted conversions, geography. We have your job board. Everything, and this is something that Lance is completely all in on now.
Absolutely.
He's going to make this the most. Would you say the most robust platform?
Easily.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But yes, that's about the transparency side. You got to know right where like your money's going, and your agency has to be transparent with you about that.
And we've seen some of the other like marketing reports. I know that like for example, my dad's firm up in the Northeast, they were with other people. They're no longer with them because he showed me what the reports looked like, and it was like sarcastic. Yeah. I was like, you don't know what any of this means. Yeah. None of this actually means anything for your business.
Yep.
If you can't get the analytics and the numbers and the breakdowns that are provided in Lion Logic that are very simple, you need to have a conversation with your agency.
Yeah, Josh, how many times you look at somebody else's report and it's just like
not tracking correctly,
leads, like
but they're a beautiful template.
Yeah, great.
It's
template.
a beautiful PowerPoint template. It's a wonderful
PDF. It's a wonderful white labeled PDF from SEMrush or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no matter what, like that happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, and it's a shame because people are just throwing money down the drain. They might have the correct budget, but they're putting it in the wrong space, and they don't necessarily know why they're not getting the leads or the conversions that they should. And once we get their analytics done correctly, we show them in the platform, and then we make adjustments every single month. We're able to go in there and talk to them, communication, and if something needs to be improved better, it gets improved.
If you like this content and you're trying to grow your business, follow me at Lance Bachman and Lance Bachman Digital on Facebook. LFG, time to grow.
And yeah, that's an excellent point, Josh. And that ties us right into our last portion of today's Small Business Saturday. And that's results.
Results.
That's what matters.
That's all that matters. Because you were just saying before we jumped on that, a lot of times campaigns will run it and you don't expect them to do that good. You expect them to be like supplementary and they're just crushing for people. Yeah. And you kind of being able to see the results like that, how well they're working, let you know what you can do to build on.
Absolutely. And to play devil's advocate, yes, obviously sometimes certain creatives or copy might not resonate.
Yeah.
You need to have the communication and transparency to say, hey, guess what? We're trying this new strategy. We're gonna give it a go. And like you said, more often than not, it does work. But as long as you have open lines of communication and you're transparent, you're gonna get the results.
Yeah, you are gonna get the result. And that's I think that's a good place to sum this up is like, when you're looking for an agency, look for communication. How do they communicate with you? Are they transparent? Do you own everything? Is the data accessible for you? Are your reports telling you exactly what you want to know? And the results. Are you getting the results you want? That should be established by you in the beginning. Is one of the first things they ask you. What are your goals? So I think until next Saturday, think about that, and then reach out to myself here at One SEO or Mr. Josh Jevy here, or Jill, Lance, Bill, Paul, anybody over here. We'll be happy to set you up with a free digital marketing audit. Complimentary digital marketing audit. I apologize. Free nonetheless. We'll set you up with an audit. We'll help you find out what's going on. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, focus on your goals and make sure you know what's happening with your digital. Josh, thanks for joining us. Casey,
thank you,
pleasure
man.
as always.
Appreciate it.
See you next week.
Take care, everybody.
LFG, time to build.